So here's the thing, when we talk about cutting phase foods, people immediately jump to chicken breast, protein shakes, maybe broccoli, or even plain oats. But you know who never gets the spotlight? Lettuce. Yep, humble, crisp, crunchy lettuce. It is always the backup dancer in your salad. Always there, never the star. But today we are flipping the script. Welcome to Burn and Bite, where fitness meets food and flavor meets fuel. If you are trying to burn fat, preserve muscle, and feel light and clean while doing it, this episode is going to make you look at lettuce in a whole new way. It is not just a salad filler, it might just be your secret weapon during a cutting phase. So grab your water, lace up your shoes, or hey, just relax. And let's dive into why lettuce might be the most underrated hero in your fitness journey. Let's rewind a bit. Ever wonder where lettuce even came from? It was not always living in our Caesar salad or protein wraps. Lettuce actually dates all the way back to ancient Egypt, like pharaohs and pyramids kind of ancient. They cultivated it more than 4,000 years ago. But back then, it was not grown for salads. It was primarily used for oil extraction from its seeds. Crazy, right? It was not until the Greeks and Romans got their hands on it that lettuce started being eaten the way we know it today, leafy, raw, and refreshing. The Romans even believed lettuce helped them sleep better. Imagine ending a battle and tossing back a plate of lettuce like a recovery ritual. Fast forward to now, lettuce has over a dozen varieties and plays a supporting role in almost every diet plan. But for fitness folks, especially during the cutting phase, lettuce can be more than just background noise. It is a food that does some heavy lifting without acting being heavy. Let's talk real. When you are cutting, it is all about creating a calorie deficit, burning more than you consume. The problem? Hunger. Hunger is the villain. It creeps in, messes with your willpower, and can destroy a clean streak faster than a cheat meal at 2 a.m. That's where lettuce shines. You see, lettuce is low in calories but high in volume. A giant ball of romaine lettuce, you are looking at around 15 to 20 calories for an entire bowl. That's like a sip of orange juice. Yet it fills you up like you just ate something sustainable. Why? Water and fiber. Lettuce is over 95% of water, and that water plus fiber combo expands in your stomach, tricking your brain into thinking you are full. Now pair that with lean protein, say grilled chicken or boiled eggs, and you have got a satiating meal with minimal calories and maximum satisfaction. It is what I like to call volume eating with purpose. Lettuce is like that smart friend who helps you pass a test without you realizing you started. And then there's the clean eating angle. During the cutting phase, you want food that digests easily, does not bloat you, and keeps your gut happy. Lettuce checks all three boxes. Ever finish a meal and feel sluggish? That post meal crash is real, especially with a high carb or high fat food. Lettuce, you eat it and you are still light, mobile, and ready to hit the gym. No food coma, just clean energy. But wait, let's not pretend lettuce is flawless. Here's the real talk. Lettuce is not going to build your muscles. It is not packed with protein or calories or essential fats. It is not going to replace a balanced meal. It is not even that high in micronutrients compared to darker greens like spinach or kale. Also, If your whole cutting strategy is just balls of lettuce and air, you are setting yourself up to crash and binge later. Lettuce should complement your cutting phase, not carry it on its back. Think of it like a supportive sidekick, not the main hero. And depending on the type, iceberg, for instance, it may not have a ton of nutritional value beyond hydration and fiber. That is why mixing it up with romaine, butter lettuce, or even arugula can give you that slight edge in vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin K. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When you are cutting, your goal is not just to lose fat, you want to lose fat while keeping muscle intact. And here's where the strategic use of lettuce comes into play. Because lettuce gives you volume without calories, it gives you room in your diet to allocate more calories toward protein. That means you are more likely to hit your daily protein goals without going over your calorie limit. Think of it this way: the more lettuce you eat, the more calorie space you create for the stuff that matters for your gains, like eggs, lean meat, or even a protein shake. This also helps with muscle recovery. Post workout, your body needs nutrients, especially protein and antioxidants. Tossing lettuce into a post workout bowl with grilled salmon, avocado, and olive oil. That is recovery food. That is anti inflammatory, that is clean and purposeful eating. Clean eating is not just about the food, it is about the behavior. Lettuce plays a mental game. It puts you in that health zone. You start with lettuce in your day, maybe at lunch, and suddenly you're thinking twice about snacking on chips late. It is like brushing your teeth. Once they're clean, you don't want to ruin it. Lettuce has that same energy. It resets your mindset. You start building habits around it, prepping salads, trying new healthy dressings, mixing it with the high protein toppings, and those habits reinforce your goals. One of my favorite go to meals when I am in cut: romaine lettuce, cups stuffed with the ground turkey, bell peppers, a dash of low sodium soy sauce, and sesame seeds. It feels like a cheat meal, but it is not. It is lean, flavorful, and guilt free. I used to be the person who only saw lettuce as a sad side salad, just a plate filler. But once I started using it strategically, especially during cuts, it completely changed my approach. I was not starving all the time. I was not bored with my meals, and I was actually hitting my macros better because I had more room to play with real nutrition. It's wild how a simple shift in how you use food can change your energy, your cravings, and even your results. So, next time you are planning a meal, don't push lettuce to the corner. Let it play a real role. Let it bulk your plate without bulking your waistline. And that's a wrap up on today's episode. Who knew lettuce could do so much heavy lifting without lifting any weight? If you are in cutting phase, prepping for summer, or just trying to build cleaner eating habits that sticks, don't sleep on the grains. Your plate deserves more crunch, and your body will thank you for it. Next week, we are talking about another underrated food that punches way above its weight in the kitchen and in your workouts. That is chia seeds. Tiny, powerful, and packed with surprises. You will not want to miss that. Until then, stay fit, eat smart, and remember, every bite sound move you closer to your goal. Catch you next time on Burn and Bite.